The headphones are there. I put people on the corner, so this is the control room.
Okay.
I'll put you there.
Okay.
See where it says you?
You.
That's you.
Okay.
And then the click track. Everything else will be down here.
This tree is where you were given your first.
I specifically remember begging my parents for a little tiny keyboard at like 6 or 7 years old, and I started mapping out songs. I'd listen to radio. Oh, I can like learn. I learned how to like identify where the notes are pretty quickly. In my teens, I started learning guitar and a little bit of piano, just rudimentary. I never took lessons. In my later life, my main instruments are, guitar. I started playing the ukulele when I was like maybe 39 or 40. The ukulele unlocked things that the guitar couldn't, and obviously the saxophone couldn't, because as a saxophonist, I couldn't compose and write a lot of music. Started learning ukulele, I started writing way more songs than I ever did before. So it helped me become, I guess, come into my own more as a songwriter, we'll say. When I played saxophone more, I was in some avant-garde jazz groups and some, hippie bands and some more experimental groups that were kind of noise to some, we'll say. But I like pulling some of that into what I do now too. The subversion of art, which I love. I love taking people in different directions than they expect. Defying expectations, making them think about things differently.
Under this tree is where you were given your first kiss, and it stayed with you.
This ukulele was built by a gentleman named Joe Heindel. He lives in Kenmore. He's a luthier. And he may be the only luthier I know of in Kenmore, but yeah, he builds these custom. It's made from koa wood, French polish.
Koa wood. I'm not sure I know what that is.
Yeah, it's a lot of ukes are made with koa wood. I think it's like an exotic beech wood maybe. It sounds beautiful. It's a one of a kind. My wonderful wife bought it for me for Christmas a few years ago.
Now that's a Christmas gift.
That is, you can't top that. Yeah. I've been trying ever since.
Your hands while you say goodbye.
I wrote a song called January's Got the Blues. That was the first song I remember putting together. It felt a tremendous sense of accomplishment. I loved it. It was kind of addictive. So I had such a songwriting bug. I was even trying to write with my horn too. Maybe a handful songs a year, if that. But again, when I picked up the uke is when it really ignited, I would say. And I take it less seriously now because, with me personally, because of my neuroses and how my mind operates, if I take myself too seriously, I'll end up in the basement doing like 20 takes of one instrument until my fingers hurt and getting frustrated because I'm like, I get obsessive over it. So I have to put the fun in it, even when I'm in serious and trying to work. Because that whimsy and that fun, I think, help us to be even more creative if we can address that, harness that. So I've learned how to take the art seriously, but not myself. I feel like younger Chris spent a lot of time second guessing himself. It kept me off of the stage more than on it most of the time. It kept the self-doubt, we'll say. I'm not good enough. Like, no one cares what I have to say. I've reframed the way I approach music, and I think it feeds into also the taking myself less seriously. I'm not going to be like some sort of rock star or anything. I just love playing music and just have fun doing it and have it be that. But to trust my own instincts more. Sometimes I'll doubt myself and I'll change something, and then I will go back to one of my earlier ideas, way down the road. Say, oh, that was not so bad. So it's like perfect is the enemy of good or something like that. I don't know what. Right. But as a journalist too, it taught me you got to just finish something at a certain point. If there were no deadlines, writers would never finish anything. No books would ever get finished. The parallel, right? The career path of journalism, editor, writer, storyteller. It helped me, be a better songwriter. It helped me tell a concise story. And I've discovered, I guess for myself, how much I really like electronic music along with acoustic music. So I think it's a continued blend of those two things, of those tools. So I've recorded recent songs that sound like they're full acoustic setup with just like a drum kit, but there are a lot of electronic instruments going in there. So It's not necessarily like ostentatious mix of the two, but it's as tools, using those as and playing solo occasionally, but mostly doing recording. I think as I get older, I really like the solitary experience of recording more than the communal experience of playing, although I love playing and I love the energy. So yeah, I think it's more blending the electronic and acoustic tools I have, just playing a lot of playing solo, doing some solo things, and just continuing maybe to take some of these just more traditional sounding pop songs I've written and maybe pick them apart a little bit, or pick apart that model a little bit, and try to do a little different things. Like maybe I did a song recently where I just recorded like 6 saxophones, kept harmonizing them and then added them to other things, and maybe maybe one verse instead of 3 verses or something, like I don't know, just
Under this stone is where your body finds its home as it returns to the mouth that kissed your hand and the tree that held your head from the winds within.